unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Do you know how rare it is for one of my arrows to bounce? Not deflect, not misfire. Bounce. I should be home. I should be horizontal. I should be pretending I don't hear prayers anymore. Instead, I'm here in a third floor walk-up with questionable locks and a floor plan designed by someone who hates ankles. Saliva! Oh, why would you put a coffee table there? Oh, this is not fine. This is very not fine. Oh, great. Fantastic. Ultra strong arrow. Premium dose. Divine intervention grade 2 a weapon. And I just lost a fight with IKEA. This is what happens when a human treats love like a documentary subject. Oh, interesting. Feelings noted. No accession. No collapse. No ill-advised text at midnight. Pathological. Honest. Wait. Ow. I swear if my shin bruises, I'm filing a complaint against you. Great. You're awake. Hello? Whoa. No. Wait. Hey, what are you doing? Stop swinging that bat. Oh, are you kidding me? I am not here to rob you. Give me that. I've said, give it. Thank you. Wow. What is wrong with you? You don't just attack people in the dark. Actually, no. Correction. That's on me. Breaking and entering does suggest violence. Fine. Point to you. Okay, listen. Don't scream. No. Hey, look at me. I said don't scream. I understand. You don't want me to put my hand over your laugh. I don't want to put my hand over your mouth either. But if you wake the neighbors, I have to log it, and I'm already over my incident quota for the week. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm here on business. I swear. You are safe. No, promise me. I'll let you go, but promise me. You will not scream? Shake your head for me. Okay. I believe you. Good. See? You can follow instructions. Let's talk. Now, since you're awake, we might as well be reasonable about this whole thing and get down to business. First, my name is Cupid. Yes, that one. Yeah, whatever. I know who you are, human. That's why I am here. And before you say anything clever, relapse. This is not a seduction. This is corrective names. First, you remember the arrow? No. Of course you don't. Let me remind you. A few weeks ago, too late for good decisions, you were scrolling that hookup site. What is it? Splendor, Blender. Yeah, whatever. That one. You were half bored, half judging, doing that thing where you pretend you're above it while still refreshing the page and sipping your wine glass. Do you remember the quiet ache? Not fireworks, not obsession, just that moment, the one that made your thumb slow, the one where you paused instead of immediately swiping left like a metronome of disappointment. That interest? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was me. Ancient magic, perfect trajectory, clean hit, and instead of spiraling like a normal human, instead of romancing it, instead of inventing a fantasy personality for a stranger you'd never actually meet, instead of swiping right like you were supposed to, what did you do? You turned it into a personality flaw. You sat there and thought, interesting. Well, that's inconvenient. And then you went to bed. Just bed. No drunk text, no journal entry, no dramatic playlist. Nothing. Then to really drive a knife in, you woke up the next day and you lived your life. You brushed your teeth, you drank your coffee, you went about your little routine like nothing abime had brushed against you at all. No skin off your nose. Isn't that right, Miss Picky? Do you have any idea how insulting that is? Do you know how many humans beg me for what you ignored? How many people collapse, unravel, ruin themselves over a fraction of that feeling? And you acknowledged it. You didn't lie to yourself. You didn't cheapen it. You just declined. Honey, I'm here to tell you, that's not restraint. That's defiance. And it is a problem. I actually did some investigation. You see, you don't chase. You don't pretend. You don't confuse attention with intimacy or boredom with destiny. You felt it, and you wasted it. No dramatics, no collapse, no desperate reach for something shiny to fill the space. You acknowledged it. You set it down, which means my arrow didn't fail. It just didn't own you. And that is a problem. Because I've been doing this very long time, Miss Spreadsheet. Yeah, that's what I'm calling now. You reduce desire to data points. You catalog feelings instead of letting them ruin your sleep. You treat love like a case study that you refuse to publish. Huh. I've been around long enough to know the difference between resistance and immunity. And this isn't resistance. This is you walking through modern romance with your eyes wide open and refusing to play stupid, which would be admirable if it didn't break my metrics. Because here's the thing, Miss Spreadsheet. I don't do performance issues. I'm too old to be sloppy, too young to be obsolete. So when a human absorbs a clean hit and walks away intact, I don't shrug it off. I escalate. That's why I brought this ultra strong dosage, not romance, not infatuation, alignment. The kind of love that doesn't ask politely. And that's why I'm standing in your apartment when I should be at home, feet up, watching something mindless and pretending I don't care how this ends. Because you don't get to be the exception. Not on my watch. Not when I'm still on the clock. I'm not here to talk. I brought a concentrated dose. Premium, not the disposable stuff. Not the kind you waste on a fleeting crush or a summer mistake. Guess this is what we reserve for epics, tragedies, the kind of love that ruins people in the best way. One shot, problem solved. So sit still. You see, Bess, this isn't a bow. It's not poetry. It's precision, calibrated, balanced, built to bypass hesitation and go straight for the part of you that lies when you say you're fine. I don't fire this often. I fired it on Antony and Cleopatra. Yes, those two. Empire-ending devotion, world-burning loyalty. Totally worth it. I used it on Cappy and Heathcliff. You didn't know that was a work of non-fiction, did you, Miss Spreadsheet? People like to pretend obsession isn't real, that it's metaphor. It's not. Lancelot and Guinevere, Johnny Cash and June Carter, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. Another historical account you people insist on shelving as fiction because the alternative is admitting love changes behavior permanently. This era, it doesn't inspire romance. It reorders priorities. It makes escape impossible. You don't lose yourself. You choose to give yourself up every day, over and over again. Now listen carefully, because this is the part humans never do. This doesn't give you butterflies. It gives you gravity. It won't make you dizzy. It will make you stay. You won't confuse attention with intimacy anymore. You won't be able to, because once this hits, there is no pretending, no distancing language, no ironic detachment, no exit strategy. You don't get to process this. You don't get to categorize it. You will feel it in your chest when you wake up, in your hands when you reach, in your silence when you realize you'd rather burn than walk away. Oh, it's not cruelty. It's clarity. And honestly, you've been avoiding that long enough. So, one shot. You hold still. I fix the alarm Moe. I go home. Everyone gets what they're supposed to. Hey. Nah. Don't look at it like that. I hear you. I can also see what you were thinking. That expression. The one where you pretend you're calm, but your shoulders tighten just enough to give you away. You don't like this. No kidding. You don't like the idea of being owned by a feeling you didn't consent to. That's not how this works. Well, hey, now don't. You just lunged at me. I said sit still. Okay. That was... You went straight for the crossbow. Of course you did. Not me, the weapon. You don't even hesitate. You don't scream. You don't plead. You just decide. Right, baby? You just decide. Hey, Evie, don't twist it like that. Wait. No. That didn't... You still stay me. You good. You're not hit. Oh, I would now. That means... Don't touch. No. Damn it. It's fine. It just grazed me. That doesn't count. Divine biology. It's different rules. You didn't break anything. I didn't miscalculate. This is not what it looks like. You see what you did? This is why humans shouldn't interfere mid-procedure. You can't just... you just throw yourself at catastrophic forces and expect clean results. You could have been hurt. Why does my chest feel like that? Ignore that. That's nothing. You shaking. Yeah, I can feel it. Anyone would. You just tackled a god in your living room. Trying not to make a habit of it. Now listen. This changes nothing. I'll recalibrate. We'll reset. We're gonna reset this. You'll sit down. I'll handle this. Oh, God. Zeus, I can't believe this. No, I'm fine. We're not doing this. This is not a situation. You're safe. You're unmarked. You're still thinking clearly, which means the system worked. What you saw was a glancing contact, surface exposure, non-transferable, incomplete absorption. It happens, rarely, but it happens. Divine arrows aren't like human weapons. They're calibrated, weighed, intent-based. You don't just catch one. If that were possible, I'd be surrounded by interns who would crush us. You're staring. Stop that. No, not because you're afraid. Because you're trying to measure me. I recognize that, Mug. You're running probabilities in your head. You're asking yourself if this changes the equation. Isn't that right, Miss Spreadsheet? Well, it doesn't. The grace didn't penetrate, didn't bind, didn't initiate anything. All it did was irritate a nerve. It's been a long day, and I'm tired. That's all. Okay. We'll reset. I'll recalibrate the dosage. You'll sit where I tell you, and we'll do this cleanly without interruptions. You don't need to look at me like that. I'm not unstable. I don't lose control. That's literally my job. So, deep breath. You sit. I fix this. And in 10 minutes, this will all make sense again. You can stop backing up. I'm not moving toward you. I said I'm not moving. You just shifted, and I compensated. It's reflex. Doesn't mean anything. Okay, sit. No, not like you're bracing for that. But you're listening. Yes. That. Good. You always sit like that, don't you? Not rigid. Not careless. Ready. And that's irrelevant. You don't need to hold your breath. I'm not close enough for that to matter. Here. You relaxed. I can tell your shoulders dropped. Which is fine. That's just your nervous system recalibrating. It has nothing to do with how you smell. No. That's not relevant. Divine senses are heightened. Environmental awareness. It's nothing more. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, that was a spatial error. Don't look at me like that. I'm still in control. I don't lose focus. I don't fixate. I don't winger. This is just delayed adrenaline from the misfire. Your brain is projecting tension onto me. That happens, especially with authority figures. You can move. I wasn't holding you. I was stabilizing you. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Do you hear that? No. Don't answer yet. Your heartbeat, it's steady. Not racing. Not spiking. Just there. That's not how this is supposed to go. Say something. Anything. Yes, I'm okay. Don't do that. Don't ask me that. You're not supposed to out-ask me. I'm the variable. You're the subject. You're still breathing evenly. After everything. After me breaking into your apartment. After a weapon pointed at your chest. Why aren't you afraid? That's new. I need you to stop looking at me like that. No. Not scared. Like that. Like I'm human. This is it supposed to happen. I don't unravel. I assign. I aim. I leave. That's the order of things. Oh. Do you know how many centuries I've watched this play out? People beg for love like it's air. They choke on it. They drown in it. They blame me when it hurts. And I let them. Because it's easier to believe humans are careless than to admit love is heavy and no one teaches you how to carry it. You didn't drop it. That's the problem. I hit you, Queen. Perfect angle. Perfect moment. You felt it. And instead of turning it into noise, instead of performing it for someone who hadn't earned it, you sat with it. You didn't lie to yourself. You didn't cheapen it. You didn't use it to feel wanted. You just let it pass. Do you know what that does to someone like me? It makes me question whether the humans were ever the problem. I excavated because I was angry. Because if I let you exist as you are, it means the system isn't broken. It means I am. And I don't know who I am. If love doesn't ruin people anymore. This arrow, it wasn't supposed to touch me. It's not desire. It's not lust. It's recognition. I can feel it rearranging things. What I notice first, what I want quiet, what I want close. You. I spent centuries deciding what love should do to people, and you didn't fight it. You didn't surrender to it, yet just were. That scares me more than any scream would have. If this keeps spreading, I won't be able to pretend this was procedural. I won't be able to leave. And the worst part, I don't think I want to. Come here. No. Not because I said so. Because you want to. Good. I can tell the difference. You're careful with space. You always have been. You leave room for exit routes. You don't win until you know you won't have to pull back. Smart. I'm not going to rush you. I don't need to. You don't run. You assess. You decide. And when you move, you mean it. Stay right there. That's it. I like knowing where you are. You're not fidgeting. Most people fidget when they're nervous. You're still. That's not fear. That's trust or curiosity. Either way, I'm paying attention. I'm not going to pretend I don't want you close. I do. But I want you aware of every inch of space you choose to give me. Tell me if it's too much. Good. You feel different when you're calm. Your heartbeat evens out. Your breath settles. I could sit here all night and listen to that. If anyone else were here, I'd want them gone. Not because I'm jealous, because this is private. I'm not claiming you. I'm choosing you. There's a difference. You don't owe me anything. Not affection. Not obedience. not reassurance. I'm here because I want to be, because I like the way you look at me as if you were deciding. I'm going to stay right here. I won't touch unless you ask, but I'm not moving away. I want you to get used to me being close. There, you adjusted just a little. You leaned in without noticing. That's what happens when you stop racing. I won't disappear on you. I won't ghost. I won't pretend this didn't matter in the morning. If I stay, I stay. Look at me. Yes. Like that. I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to keep you. Lie back. Slow. I've got you. Good. That's it. You are safe. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Not tonight. Not after hours. You didn't need to be conquered. You didn't need to be fixed. You just needed someone patient enough to stay. Let me take my time with you. Let me show you what it feels like when someone chooses you on purpose. You know, if anyone else tried to come between us right now, they wouldn't like the outcome. But you're safe. You always will be. Because you chose me. I'm right here. I didn't leave. I won't. Sleep if you want to. I've got you.